Ahoy, mateys, and welcome. Know, O viewers, that between the years when the oceans drank Atlantis and the gleaming cities, and the years of the rise of the sons of Ares, there was an age undreamed of, when shining kingdoms lay spread across the world like blue mantles beneath the stars. Hither came Conan, the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth, to tread the jeweled thrones of the earth under his sandaled feet, and destined to wear the jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow. But this is not his story. Instead, we turn our eyes to the Baracus Isles and the crew of 2 different pirate ships. Their stories are many and varied, not to be kings in their future, yet still destiny has touched their lives. Let me tell you the days of high seas adventure. And speaking of high seas adventure, we look to all the members of our crew here and welcome today. Happy to have you all. Milady Saito, glad you can make it in right at the last second. Very, very pleased that the entire crew is here. And so let us just jump right in. Whenever we left off, the crew came around a corner and a creature standing in front of a rather large chest with a book on top of it turned towards you. And all of you were struck by the evilness that is in this creature, as a flame began to crackle around its fist. And that's where we are right now. And so I turn it over to you.
Is it just, it's just staring at it? It
just has turned, and it has this ether like fire just rolling around its fist, and it's just staring at you with these hollow flaming eyes.
So it's doing spirit fingers.
I didn't shit myself? Oh, go ahead.
Did we know the name of the that captain that was rumored to have the book?
Yes. I last time it was asked, and I was like, yes, it is some. I don't know. I can't remember. It's Varro.
You had to make it up.
Yeah, I had to remake it up now because it's Captain Varro. I wrote it down this time.
Okay, Varro.
Yes.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Be you, Captain Varro?
I am. And who are you?
I am Fausto, shaman of the Pictish wilderness, and these are the other members of my crew. This here is Captain Lambro and Captain Cord.
I believe that another weaver of magic will do well in my crew.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Sorry. Go back, Fausto. Carry on. Sorry.
Your magic. I see it comes from that book behind you.
The magic comes from all around me. I pull my power from this place.
Pull the power from this place. Well, is it just you here? By yourself?
He turns and he kind of gives 2 looks to these big crabs who are just both of them eyeing Claudius. And he says,
all of my crew stand here with me, and you would do well to join them.
Is this like a join, like you just become our captain and we go sailing the high seas? Or is this a join like we become undead crabs?
The little one. You will be my cabin boy whenever I can sail the seas once more.
Aaron's
okay.
Like, okay, cool.
Sweet, I didn't shit myself.
Captain Varro, what is it you seek? We all have a price, a treasure. You, like us, you were a pirate once, were you not?
I am still a pirate.
And what is it you seek? Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, keep going. Go ahead.
I seek to be away from this place and once more upon the open sea.
Was that your ship that we saw on land at the island shores?
It was.
So out of character, since I wasn't here last session, did pretty much all of his crew get cut down by us that we know of?
All of them except for two. Right, there was a guy that Caitlyn, or well, not a guy, a skeleton that Caitlyn flirted with, who kept staring at her, didn't attack, and there was another skeleton that just kind of watched you guys go by.
You might wield some power, but it appears you are trapped here. Is this true?
You're astute. I chose not to destroy you upon entering my domain. Understand that with a mere thought, I could end all of your lives. I thought perhaps you might be the ones to set me free. Of course, as pirates, I would not expect you to do this without compensation.
And what would that compensation be?
So
he kind of pushes himself back, he closes the book, and he holds it under his arm, and he lifts up the... Oh god, no. He lifts up the... Oh, hold on a second. I just need a moment to think about how I'm going to do this. He opens up the chest, right? And it takes a lot of effort to be able to do so. But inside you see just piles of gems and gold. And he looks to you, Fausto, and he says,
I also have 2 more things that I would offer you for my freedom. And
he holds the book up.
And
he reaches into his
robes. And he says, but I would give this to you now as a way of paying you to begin with.
And he hands out what looks to be this clawed fist that it's like this. So all of the fingers are down but 2.
Would I recognize what this artifact is?
You would have heard stories about it.
Okay.
That it's probably some kind of some type of a relic that has powers similar to a monkey's fist. But the fist is definitely rotten. Like usually those are preserved things. This is rotten and just it looks very similar to him, decayed and just awful.
I would cautiously, if he allows it, step forward and look at the treasure, pick up one of the gold pieces and kind of, turn it over and see if it's legitimate.
You biting it like it's chocolate?
Yeah.
You gotta test to see if it's gold. Go ahead and do a sorcery check.
Do a tooth check too.
I'm just gonna completely trust this guy. I mean, please be chocolate. I'm hungry.
Mom always said never taste a stranger's gold coins.
So yeah, this is 100% real. You can
Chocolate.
feel the power emanating from it.
And what do you wish that we do?
I was locked here by a captain by the name of Portia of the Red Brotherhood. She sails the seas around the Baracus Isles. She often makes her home at Tortage, in a place called the Pleasant Rose. She wears a talisman upon her neck. Bring me that talisman, my gold, my book, and the fort, are all yours if you do this.
I would kind of look to the captains and see what they have to say.
And I'm looking at Lambro, I'm looking at the undead, and at this point I would say, and what ship will you leave on once you have your talisman? I've seen yours careened on the shore. It is not seaworthy.
Are you, man of the South, asking how I will lead this isle, or do you fear that I will raise my army and take over your ship?
I think you're a man with a plan, and I would hear it before I cast my vote.
So he does this really sickly grin, like you can see like the bottom of his jaw kind of hanging over to the side, but he kind of stares and smiles at you and he says,
I have no need of the ships of the living. You have my word that if you bring me the talisman, I will and my men will leave this isle to you. You will go unharmed for at least a day. I make no guarantee once we are on the seas together.
Your ward is no good. A sorcerer's pact, on the other hand, we may take that offer to bind you to your word.
and so the thing kind of looks over at Fausto, its jaw kind of grinning lopsidedly again.
Then let it be so.
Wrong filter.
Filter.
Sorry.
Is that central coming?
Central, that was central. Control. It was control. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go.
Then let it be so.
What say you, captains?
Did he give his actual name? Because I have Captain Varro, the other one from the other room. Unless that's who you were referring
This is
to.
Varro. I whatever
Okay.
name I gave you last time, retcon that. It's Varro.
Okay. And I kind of look at the others, look at Fausto a minute, and then kind of glance back at Varro. You two plan on making this pact. But as a pirate captain, you understand the costs and needs for sailing and housing a crew. We can do this, but we would need fronted some gold so that we can recruit and I can feed my men and we can take this talisman and bring it back to free you. This pact should ensure that you get what you wish, and if not, you have Fausto.
Persuade check. Difficulty, we'll say 2.
Persuading. Everybody good if I use a mom? Go
Wow.
for it.
But that's
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No? No? Okay. I got a couple no's.
literally. You didn't get no nose.
Roll another d20. Fuck you.
Okay.
Use the momentum.
You succeeded either way.
He
Oh, well, I guess. Motherfucker.
so the creature looks like you could see like the fire around his fist, which is still crackling with energy, just kind of pops up a little bit, like he's thinking about, you know, letting you know who's the actual boss here. And he lets out this kind of like guttural equivalent of a sigh. He doesn't have lungs or, you know, anymore, so it doesn't really matter. He turns to that chest and he reaches in and he opens it up and he pulls out a bag, a hefty bag of gold, and he throws it at your feet, Lambro.
I see you have made the right decision. And he nods and he tries not to show how much shit he has in his pants.
I suggest you watch your tone, Captain, lest your tongue dread a check that your ass cannot cash.
I just kind of lean down and grab that sack.
Before he grabs it, though, Gannis would kind of say into the room,
if something's keeping him here, do we really think it's wise to be setting him free?
And I would look to Fausto for advice on that, since these be his arts.
If we see that the reward is worth it, why should we not?
Because he doesn't seem like the type to give up what's his.
You have already struck a bargain with me, little one. Are you going back on your words?
I'm sorry, he does not speak for everyone. Your presence can be quite unnerving, in the most charming of ways.
Aaron's starting to run out like,
Sorry,
nope.
I didn't mean to do that.
Later world, smell my ass.
With that sorcery check I did when I was taking a look at the treasure here, do I have any idea of whether or not this stuff might potentially just degrade once we get it, like the way his ship did?
The monkey paw, the book, the treasure, the fort, those things?
Yeah, I guess mostly the treasure itself, but...
Okay, do another sorcery check, because that was just for that monkey paw.
Oh, I was wanting to look at the treasure mostly, but okay, I see.
Like he's keeping his powers, keeping it
difficulty?
like fresh.
Difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1?
Yeah.
Okay. That should be easy for me.
Dude, I wished you'd have fucking double complicated after running your mouth like that. I would have fucking just ate that up. So you know, Dagon is also known as, in some places, as the god of the dead, and so you have a passing familiarity with his role, is that you believe that once this thing leaves, if anything, things will begin to be restored here.
Okay.
This place will no longer have the decay that it does to it. The decay will not spread to you or anything around you. And from the look of the treasure compared to everything else around here, you don't believe that treasure will degrade. In fact, it's still shiny and new. It's obvious that what time he spends is here with that treasure. And everything else has been decayed except for you found something last time we can talk about another time. But actually, Lambro found it and gave it to you. But... like, the undead crabs, Fataland crabs, probably will be no more here.
And we could even use it as our hideout.
Yep.
I'd look, so if I look back, does any of the crew have, hesitant faces?
I mean...
ladies?
On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, I'm not saying anything.
So you got a poker face?
I'm all
Eunice
about
isn't
it.
unnerved, but he thinks it's unwise to trust a magic man.
I just don't want to sell my soul to a lich. Doesn't sound like a good thing.
We're not
Yes, I
selling
can.
our soul, we're just getting him free, that's all.
Oh, we're just selling a soul with
Oh
extra.
yeah, it never feels like you're selling your soul.
Right, we're selling our soul. It just there's
So
layers.
when I have the sack of gold coins, I kind of give it a toss over to Cord and just have a smile on my face.
What's interesting is that sack probably has, like, if you spread it out, if you spread everything out without giving money to the ship itself, like through everything that we talked about before, you could probably each, after giving all of the gold to fix your ship and to pay your crew, you probably each still have like 3 gold out of that. And that was a small part of that chest.
Caitlin's all about it.
2 gold.
100%.
Caitlin's
So
like,
is
ah!
Hell yeah, it sounds like a
Fausto
great
Ambrose-
idea. Someone else's problem afterwards, not ours.
Did Fausto check it for curses? Like, could the gold curse us by spending it? Turn us into skeletons? Like,
Yeah, are we gonna get Pirates of the Caribbean?
This guy does
would
give
I-
himself an undead crew, so it doesn't seem a far
I'm
throw.
surprised
to
I'm
think
not hearing Gannis say, I want to go.
Giannis is smart, so he
Give me the
is
gold.
cautious about accepting gold from magic strangers.
I'm surprised Kelmic's even here still. Like, I'm surprised he didn't grab that gold and take off running.
In Caitlin's eyes, this man is desperate. He's been locked up for too long. He's making the biggest gamble he possibly can. If he kills us, he's still going to be trapped in this room. So he has as much to lose by killing us right here and there. He's just going to have his gold, and he's not going to be able to spend it. What's the point of being a billionaire if you're locked up in your room and can't even do Uber Eats?
Yeah, I mean, like I've got ideas,
crew,
but there's nothing that I'm gonna say like 2 feet from this fucking skeleton's face.
Also true. Also true.
So I'm gonna say
we're having simultaneous.
Our bargain is struck, Captain.
Do we know what god Varro worships? Or deity?
What?
Yeah, it's written on
God. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, just ask him.
Well, I mean,
Dagon's
like
bitch right on his forehead.
No, that's something Fausto's picked up on.
You have, I mean, if you want to sit down and have tea with him and discuss religious,
have some theological discussions.
What are his
along those lines? Along those lines, is there any sort of sorceress trappings around the room that might indicate things like that?
Oh wow, fuck you, Fausto.
Yeah, he's got a poster for Cthulhu.
Yeah.
It's a pinup. It's a Cthulhu. It's a Cthulhu pinup.
So what's interesting? What's interesting is that Gannis is not far off. You see a statue in the back that is covered, but that statue looks like it could have the shape of an old one. And it actually looks like it's kind of that kneeling Cthulhu look. But it's covered.
Oh. That can only be good for us in the long-term longevity of the world. Right? Like, we will have no weight on what happens in the world, right? If we just, like, let this old one lich demon take over at all. It'll be totally fine and dandy.
Captain
I'm
Varro,
just saying.
We'll have money, right? But
once you are free and we have made our deal, and you are back on the high seas, what say you we strike a truce? Should we see each other again, we offer assistance if needed.
I just went to Central again for some reason. Yeah. It's getting ready to start talking, I saw it.
You presume too much, Captain. I have given you the gold, return with my item, and then we may speak more. For all I know, you will never return here because you will be dead in Captain Portia's hands.
Caitlin will lean over and just kind of whisper, "This is probably the best. We need to prove that we're even worth our salts before we can ask for any type of equality in his eyes."
And I would say, understood. And Captain Varro, do you know of any exploits that we can take advantage of against this Captain Porsche? Any information to help us succeed in this mission would be appreciated.
She is of the Red Brotherhood. She stays at a tavern in Portage called the Pleasant Rose. She is almost a queen there. You would do well to find her there, if she is not on the seas herself.
How do you know so much about where she is? Like, I mean, I assume other people have come through here, right? Made similar deals with you?
No, Captain Boy. Everyone who's come here has died, and are now part of my crew. This woman and I were friends before this happened.
Oh, okay. How old are you? When were you born?
Long before you, cub.
All right, let us set sail and make our way.
The deal is struck.
I would kind of shuffle our young cubs.
So, Fausto, you're doing a sorceress bargain with this guy, huh?
Yeah, to keep him true to his word.
So he puts his hand up, basically that one that's cracking with all that energy, and makes you wait. And he says,
So we strike a bargain there, sorcerer.
Of course. If you break your word, then your soul shall be mine.
And the same goes for you. I see you have been blessed by Dagon.
And you? I see the statue back there.
I call his name to summon him from Relay, but he does not listen.
Maybe one day, even death may die.
What does that even
So
mean?
say your terms, wizard.
Captain Lambro and Cord, I hope you realize the gravity of this situation. We must go through with this now. Varro, we will retrieve this amulet for you. And should we betray you, the pact will be broken and my soul will be yours. And likewise to you. Your soul mine if you betray us.
That is not completely what we agreed. Allow me to say my terms, wizard. My terms. If you successfully return with this talisman that frees me, me and mine will leave this island to you. We will leave the gold to you. I will leave this book to you. And until the next day's rising, we will not harm you. We will never return to this island to confront you. Here you will always be safe. But on the seas, after that day, I can make no guarantees.
Wait. Are we stuck here? Is that what you're saying? If we
he's saying if we. He's saying if we.
I was about to ask that.
He's saying you
well,
won't
so I'm
return.
interrupting. Like, I'm catching that. Like, does that mean we're stuck here?
No, Cub! You will not be stuck here. Once I and my men leave, this place will be free of the taint that we have brought. It will be yours to do with as you see fit and leave as you see fit. We will mark this ground as neutral to us and you, though, and never return.
Before...
Oh, so you are never going to return to this area ever?
That is what I said, woman.
Oh, thank you. That's a pretty damn good deal. I mean, he's got good eyes. He knows what he sees. I mean, I assume he still has eyes.
They're on fire, but yeah.
He would not be wrong.
Before I agree to this, tell us the tale of how you became trapped here. Are we going to fight against an equally powerful sorcerer wielding this amulet?
And so you see what appears to first like this just raw anger crosses his face, right? And he looks like he might lash out at you, Fausto. It's a pretty close thing. He kind of draws back, and you can see the flames crackling in his fist, and he smothers it, and he kind of puts it down. And he says,
Not a wizard, but a conniving devil. One who makes promises and easily breaks them. One who would turn her back on a longtime ally in order to secure her own position amongst the Red Brotherhood. She does not hold magic power, but she is smart.
The yikes! What type of woman could that be? Yeah.
He looks over at Caitlin like, "You're that type of woman. I know. I've seen what you look like. I know who you are inside."
So I would turn to the crew and just ask it, are these terms acceptable?
Yes.
I would nod.
Sounds perfect to me. I mean,
Just a stupid kid. What do I know?
What does Anthony do?
Anthony kind of looks at Aaron when he says that, and he's like, yeah, you are kind of a stupid kid, aren't you?
Yeah, you're worse.
How am I worse? How many people did I kill while you just fell on rocks?
It is true. He did much better than you.
I did much better than you.
Just
wait.
sail.
Just wait. Just wait until we get back on ship and I actually can sail with this thing. You're going to piss off the skeleton.
I literally have bigger muscles.
Do you want to be a cabin boy?
Listen, I'm trash and you're worse than trash.
We don't need to be fighting right now. This is not the time to fight. Or I'm going to give one of you up, and I'm not at this point in time. I can't tell which one is different.
I belong on this crew.
What did I even do?
I belong here.
I didn't do anything.
I came before you.
What are you talking about?
Zap somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the deal is struck. We have no reason to tarry in this dead place. And then I'm gonna take my surviving Marines, and we're gonna go get those 2 dead bodies and start taking them back to the ship. I'm not hanging around. I'm like,
Let us be on our way.
Down McGannis, we're leaving.
Goodbye.
Right behind you, Captain.
And I don't even see it. Kelmick, are you like openly carrying that magic stone?
No, it's in my hand. I have white knuckles, and it's in my pocket.
All right, I'm looking, but I'm not saying anything.
Okay, so you all are heading out then?
Yeah, I assume we make it back to the ship.
So you start to head back. Your friends who were killed, Cord, didn't seem to have any, like they're starting to decay early, but for the most part they were whole and intact. But as you're kind of walking back, you begin to see some of these skeletons that you fell are coming back together and starting to stand back up.
All right,
but they're not attacking. They're not attacking. The ones that do come together are watching you.
Yeah, that guy was full of shit. Anyway, we're gonna keep walking.
Do these undead seem like they have any sort of souls bound in them, or are they just animated by magic?
That's a really good question, because it's a mixture of both. It seems like the ones that you met earlier on were ones that were just held together by magic. The ones that are closer to Varro were actually animated by souls bound to them. And those souls, in fact, as you walk by one, you can almost see this, it looks like a will-o'-the-wisp kind of hovering around one of these skeletons, and it starts to pull itself back together.
Well,
From the ship.
no other questions from me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd look to Cord, and I would say might be best that we go back to Nunca, restock, prepare, and perhaps make our way to Tortage. We need to remember that we have ghosted a Red Hand ship.
Red Brotherhood.
Red Brotherhood ship, so they could possibly be looking for us.
More importantly, the fact that we're clearly working for some duplicitous skeleton. We have no idea what he's capable of. Fausto, if you had to kill that skeleton, how would you do it?
Yeah, by any means necessary.
Yes, but what means would you use?
It would take some time to research the best way. He's clearly fortified himself with magic. He has essentially an undead army about him. We may need an army of our own to bring him down.
I question his honesty. He let us believe that those skeletons attacked us of their own accord. But in reality, why would they have not struck us down as we left? Even the ones who assaulted us before. He was testing us.
Perhaps.
Or his grasp on them is weak.
Even
Either way.
if he was testing us, it would only make sense. Why would he propose a job to someone he knows is not going to survive it? Worst comes to worst, we can always get the feelers out on his ex-friend and see what their side is of the story.
Or perhaps
we don't
double cross, split the treasure,
I mean,
and
we
make
can't.
well with the Red Hand.
I'm
Red
not
Brotherhood.
here to
We really
I'm
can't
not-
afford to double cross because of
I'm not here.
magic issues.
I'm not here to get
because
cursed by
Well,
anything else. I've seen how
I don't-
captains who get cursed go down. No
I don't
thank.
I don't think that is I don't think you will be cursed for it. She kind of like glances over to Fausto and be like, I think there was another bargaining chip that was agreed upon. I mean, if everyone is okay with the double crossing, but I think that the value is not really on our choice for that.
Well, I have a question. Are these towns or are they ruins?
So, this is Tortage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's Nuka. Everything else throughout this entire area, for the most part, except for over here. So everything around you is pretty much ruins. So, are you guys having this conversation on ship? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, so I think we get back
I
to the
assume
ship.
we made it
Yeah.
way back to the ship, and this is where we're chatting before we set sail.
Meeting up in
So-
Billy Boys Club.
captain's quarters.
The minute that you get back onto your, are you guys going to meet on one ship, or are you going to split off into your ships to check how everything's going?
I'm gonna get back on the Sea Reaver and check out what's up, and then I'll have us pull up alongside.
Yeah, Gannis is checking
Oh my
the quality of the ship he rides on.
So Gannis, that's a good thing to do, because you're noticing that the wood in many of the places is actually kind of working free from these from the they're not nails, right? They're the spikes that kind of keep them lashed together. It's almost like it's kind of rotting a little bit way earlier than it should.
Time to leave.
Yeah, he sees that and says, I recommend we leave sooner rather than later. This having some unkind effects on our ships being here.
So, Cord, whenever you get on board the ship, Dahab immediately grabs your arm and says, "Captain, we must talk."
Yes, we must.
So he drags you away because I gotta look at the map I made for you guys, but there's a captain's area. Yeah, there is a room.
Yeah,
he takes you immediately into there, and he says, "Captain, I ask that you keep this to yourself."
Yes.
I'm worried about Alatero.
What of Alatero?
I believe that Alatero has plans to either leave, or he might try to incite a mutiny.
He's always been an ambitious and hard-to-read man. How did he tip you off? Did he approach you?
While we waited, he came over in a launch and he spoke to me. The problem is, Captain, is that Alatero feels slighted. That boy, the one who pilots the ship, and while he has already tales of how he pilots a ship on the back of whales, he's a boy, and he was made quartermaster. Alatero has been sailing with us before many of you even joined our crew. He was looking to be quartermaster. He is not given any type of a promotion. He is not the boatswain or boatswain. He is not the quartermaster. He is just a marine. I can imagine what you would feel this would do to a man's loyalty, to be slighted
Yes.
so.
I know he's had his eye on quartermaster for some time. Out of character, though, we don't have a quartermaster on the Sea Reaver yet, do we?
You never established one. I think that you said that Gannis was... Oh, was it... Sorry, I was about to go to that big old freaking list of things that I have.
But we don't have a bosun.
No, you don't have a bosun.
And I'm going to say, you make a good point, Dahab. Things have been chaotic. We were chasing our first bout of treasure so the men would see we could bring in gold and riches. But you make a good point, and so does he. I'm not sure that we will keep his loyalty forever, but what if we made him the bosun for the moment?
You would have to bring him over to the Sea Reaver, Captain. I'm not sure that would leave Dagon's Embrace with very many people to defend it should it be boarded. But I defer to your wise counsel, and I just wanted to inform you of this. When you speak to Captain Lambro, do not tell him that Alatero looks to mutiny against him. If Alatero were to meet a bad fate by simply having ambition and being slighted upon, then
it would send a bad message to the crew. You're right.
Yes, Captain.
I will find time to recognize Alatero's dedication to the crew without intimating he has spoken ill.
Thank you, Captain.
Understood, Dahab. I appreciate your loyalty to the code. I put my hand on his shoulder and say, I lost 2 good men on that island. There is promise afoot, but also danger. Be ready and look out for any signs of the unnatural.
My Marines and I will look to the dead and call upon you whenever it is time to send them to the deep.
It is so.
And then we'll pull up on the other ship.
So the minute that, on the other ship, Antony's kind of like starting to kind of get like, yeah. And he clambers up on board of Dagon's Embrace, and he goes running towards Aaron. He says, "So do you always drive the ship?"
Hey, Anthony.
Just during the day.
Anthony, why don't you help Bantis cook? Yes.
I'm a good pilot.
I bet you're an even better butcher.
That's what they're called, Aaron. Like that's a term for them.
No, I'm just scoffing at the fact that he even
gotcha.
says
I thought you were saying like what? Like what do you mean pilot? Caitlin.
Yes.
I'm a good helmsman.
She leans in and says, "Do you know the quicker you can fillet a fish, the better you can fillet a person, right?"
But I've already filleted
skeletons. There's no meat on skeletons.
You doubted me once before. You doubted me. You need to trust me once.
I am asking for practice, Anthony. If you could just please just do that for once without having any lip. For once.
Bullshit.
Bantis, can you please come to that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, mom. Mom, yes. What can I do for you?
Can you please teach Anthony how to fillet a fish very quickly?
Yes, mom. And he immediately grabs a hold of the kid by his neck and kind of like noogies him and like leads him away towards the galley.
Anthony, I do this. No, I do this because I care. If I didn't, I'd have you swimming. Okay.
He gives some obscene gesture that would be Argosian in nature.
Back at you, Anthony. Back at you. And Xanthus, I wish to speak with you later.
Yes, mom. So what's the plan right now? So as let's take a gander at what you got on board the ship. Party resources. Oh god, that's a lot of resources. Let's see here. So that goes down and that goes back up. So the Sea Reaver has 4 days worth of food, 1 day of water, 1 day of grog, 1 day of rum. The Dagon's Embrace has 1 day of food, 3 days of rum. Oh no, wait, it's the other way. There we go. Cool. Where's the cargo? Okay. And 3 days of rum and 1 day of grog, 4 days of water, 5 days of food. There we go. Sorry. 5 days of food, 4 days of water, 1 day of grog, and 4 days of food for the Sea Reaver. So you guys are a little low on water. What's the plan here?
Yeah, so there's an island almost like a day to our southeast. Would we know if there's any fresh water there? Because I am not dipping into the Necromancer's swamp for water.
Ship? Who's moving the ship?
Oh, am I? No, I'm not actually moving it.
You've been very naughty.
No, I was not moving it. I
So
thought
you're
you
talking
were
about this
gonna be
island right
driving it.
here?
Like, I'm ready.
Does
I'm
anybody
ready to drive it.
Does anybody have maps or anything that they would try and recall this type of information from?
We got 2 sea charts, didn't we? Doesn't
You
Lambro
got
have
sea charts from from the Skelly Bones, but you really haven't taken a look at those yet. So
Yeah, I was talking here with my mic off. I was gonna say I would have called Aaron into the gathering as well, and say and pull out the 2 maps that I found and say, what do you make of this?
Looks like maps. What do I make of it?
oh, Jesus, Aaron, give me a what is it? I think it'll be a sailing. Don't give me 1 second. Skills.
When I come aboard the Dagon's Embrace, do I see Alatero?
No. Yeah, give me a sailing check. We'll say for checking this kind of stuff, these maps and stuff would be sailing. You realize that you're going to have to spend some time with these charts because it's obviously the Baracus Isles and then Argos and Zamara, right? There's a lot of lines going all over the place on this. So it's kind of hard for you to tell, but you get a feeling that there's some information more so on these charts about shipping than what's on individual places.
Okay, looks like a logistics, like what they're moving back and forth. It's like shipping. It doesn't look like anything, about the islands nearby.
Talking reference shipping lanes, perhaps.
Right. That's my best guess looking at it here for a few minutes. We could use this to potentially catch us some extra loot, but
We can hold on to it for a rainy day. Okay, so, Cord, you need water. Is that what you said?
Yes, we need fresh water also. And I'm looking around. I don't see Alatero or any of his boys, any of his Marines.
Nope.
And I'm going to say, is Alatero on night shift?
Let me see. I think I put him on nights. I don't recall. It doesn't say.
Alatero is on day shift. Shift 1.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Okay. No, he is on day shift.
And I'm like, I had a bet with him about how long it would take us to find more magic bullshit. So I'm gonna go settle up. And I'll go out of my way to try and find Alatero.
He's below decks. Him and his men are gambling.
All right, I will flip them into the pot. So I jacked a personal box of jewelry off of the whale captain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flip just like some shiny bit into the center, and just give him a nod.
And so he looks down at it and he looks up at you with this really ugly look. Normally he's pretty unreadable. You can read that he has ambition, but that's it. But he just kind of looks at you. This is, what is this for?
And I'm going to say, well, I thought we wouldn't be running into any more wizards on the sea. And I'm going to kind of semi-cryptically gesticulate and say, it's good to have a man like you at my back. Perhaps you would do well upon the sea, Raver.
I can tell you, Captain, I would much prefer that than being here.
We will need to resupply, and 2 of my men are dead, so we'll be taking on more Marines. You've served on this Heimdall's vessel for how many years now?
More than I can remember. You lose track of time out here on the seas, but at least 5 or 6 years.
As it happens, I am in need of a bosun, and you are a man who understands the wares of the sea.
And he kind of itches at his face, and he pulls out his pipe, and he lights up, and he kind of puffs at it, and he says, "That is a very generous offer. I would be very pleased to take you up on that.
And I'm basically going to say, take that trinket as my down payment. When next we make port, we shall effect the change. For the moment, I need you here in case the Dagon's Embrace gets boarded.
Of course, Captain.
And so it is. And I will tip my cap and then make my way up to the meeting.
Okay. What's Kelmick doing during all this? I haven't heard Kelmick's illustrious voice for a little bit. I'm curious what he's up to.
Oh, when Kelmec got back to the ship, he scurried back up to his post and awaited further instructions like he usually does. Except this time, he is definitely not fixated on the sea like he would usually be. He's just staring at this trinket that he's got in his hand.
I'm trying to remember. So, you know how Frodo looks at the ring, right? Like whenever he's by himself and he's kind of curled up, and it almost glows for him. That's how this rock is for you. It actually, while you look at it, you feel still the power that's there. You still feel this draw, but you also feel as though it might be pulling a little bit from you in return.
So as he's staring into this emblem, he keeps looking for his own reflection, and as he's looking, he doesn't recognize the person that is looking back at him, and he keeps smudging it and looking and smudging it and looking, and yeah, he's pretty much oblivious to the world around him right now.
That's going to be a fun thing to play with, I think. All right, so what's the battle plan here? We can kind of just discuss things, get it out, and so we can get this party moving.
So we only have what? How much on? I'm on the Sea Reaver, right?
No, you're on Dagon's Embrace.
Okay, so how much water do we have from the Dagon's Embrace?
4 days.
We have 4 days of water. Well, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. And food-wise, we're doing pretty good as well in the Dagon's Embrace, right?
Correct. Dagon's Embrace can store 8 days worth of stuff each time, so you guys have more.
Plus, we have double that. We have double that because of of Banthus.
So, well, if it comes down to it, right? So like it's like a one-time kind of deal, like right at the end, right? It's and then we can progress that ability. Yeah, definitely.
So water-wise, the only one that's actually suffering is the Sea Reaver that's suffering, and I don't know about that, so that's not my problem.
We need the sippies.
But okay, because I had a plan if we were missing water, but I don't know how to, because if that my character wouldn't know that the Sea Reaver is deficient in water, I guess would be the way to say it. Water deficient.
Water deficient.
Unless someone is going to specifically tell my character, then.
I mean, I'm gonna roll up at the meeting like. Okay, so I'm assuming that all the officers are meeting.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say the Sea Reaver is low on water, but still good for food. Because I think we are still good for food.
Yes.
Well, we could set sail to the southeast, as you say, and get you water, or we could loan you some of ours, so that we set the sails and head west.
Yeah. So, and you think we're going? I would say, the only problem is if we go back to Nunca without any prize, we will be rather empty-handed. And after already coming back off of a bit of a cursed voyage, it could be hard to drop support and make purchases.
How much water do you have?
I'm trying to find the sheet.
He has 1 day's worth.
If you go up all the way to the top on the actors, it'll say party resources.
Yeah. What you could do, it's risky, but it works in dire situations, is you could get seawater and boil it and mix it with your current water and expand your water out for 2 days. It dilutes when you boil it, it dilutes the salt content, and when you add it it's not something that you should be continuously doing, but it's something to be able to expand off of one other day.
Yeah,
and if we have another bottle, if we have a whole nother, if we can lend you some water as well, if we do it, then we can do it now, then we can easily expand that with an actual safety concept. But if you wait till last minute, the salt percentage will not be guaranteed to do well for your men. I have a problem with needing a safety precaution. I don't like waiting till last minute to make choices.
But
this is your ship. I am on Dagon's Embrace, so it is up to you.
So I'm sorry. I'm looking. I can find the Sea Reaver like with all of its stats, but not like the long sheet that has all of our days of stuff.
So if you go to actors where your character sheet is, right? If you scroll all the way to the top, just all the way to the top where it says create actor, create folder, there's a thing that says party resources all the way up there.
Oh wow, no, right there with the calculator. Yeah, sorry, okay, I found this before. Okay, so my cargo has one. That's where I'm keeping shit. Yeah, okay. I see. So SR water 1 to 5 days. I got 1 day. I want to take so like I think that we talk about seawater dilution after we've hit up this island and see if we can't find a freshwater spring.
And I also look to Cord and I would say we are not empty-handed. If you recall, we have some whale oil that we have taken. We also have this gold.
Yeah,
we do not need to let anybody know the truth.
And we can pay out. So we can pay out the gold. We can repair the ship and pay our men and then have 3 gold ourselves, correct?
2. I said 2. I changed that to 2.
Okay. But the important thing is our subordinates will be paid.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, how much would go into the ship's gold on
None.
that too itself? None. Since
None.
it's all getting repaired.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I would say we go to the. Do we know anything about the southeasterly island here being inhabited or anything like that?
You could check charts. That's the only thing. So, Aaron checked that chart that you guys got from the Skelly Bones, and it was just a shipping chart. So,
all right.
I have nautical charts too that I could reference.
Sailing check.
Me to do it, or are you referencing?
No,
it?
him.
Okay.
It's his charts.
Right. That's what I mean.
Nice.
For the most part, you don't think that it's inhabited. You know, people make marks that there's, you can find fruit there, fresh water, stuff like that. It's usually a waylay to before you go to Tortage. And I don't know, you guys, I know it's not listed on the map, but Tortage is actually to the south.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the big town, the only big town. I would
kind of look at my sheet and I say, according to my charts, there's some fruit, help our men with the scurvy.
Yeah.
We could refill some food and get you some water and then make our way west or south.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. No, Tortage is infamously dangerous even for a pirate. So, do you think that, are we going to get mugged and our ship stolen the moment we roll up, or is that a place we can still go to recruit people? It's just dangerous.
I don't know. We might show up and all of a sudden we got 20 ships.
I don't. It's a.
Look.
Can I see those? Is it okay if I see those charts though? I would like to see.
I'd hand them over to you, but I'd also say we do not have to fly our flags. We've got plenty of banners that we could fly in.
Fausto, you could use your monkey paw to wish some water to Sea Reaver if you want.
No, I'm not hankering for that. I would propose the crew could use a vacation and a breather after that. Am I intending to return are we trying to get our marine shipped home to the homeland for burial, or are we just trying to find some place to bury them that isn't a haunted island?
So once Dahab once you get out to sea, would do a burial at sea.
All right, that's work. So then I'm gonna say I think the crew could use a little bit of some R&R away from the haunted place, and we need to stop the decay. So I would say we pull right out. We go to that island. We pop up on food and water, which we won't have to pay for, and then if we head back to Nunca, that's an extra week. But do we think it's worth an extra week?
How good are these maps that I'm looking at? Like, are they well?
They're pretty decent.
Oh, that's pretty exciting. I like it. Okay.
They're it's basically it's the map that you have in front of you on the screen.
Oh, that's not as detailed as I was hoping.
Complete with the little green circle that says Nunca. So I wanted to go back. There was you were like, oh, are we gonna get jumped the minute that we walk into here? So there is no law in Tortage, right? The only rule is that you don't tell where Tortage is, because Tortage actually has two different components. The front, which is where people like from Argos think that Tortage is, but the actual real city is behind it in this. You can't even see it from the sea. Most of you would have been here at least once. You know that if you were to take all of your men off of the ship, there's a chance that you come back and the ship's gone. Right? You also know that if you are not kept alert of what's going on around you, there's chances that stuff's going to walk off from you, right? Like you're going to be standing there naked all of a sudden out of nowhere. And not in a fun way.
Yeah.
You know that murders happen all the time. Fights break out due to nothing. People get jumped and killed, right? Like, this stuff all happens there. But you also know that it is a place of business, right? Nothing on Tortage is made there. It's all, just, from, the special prices and like, oh, this was found here and all that stuff. In order for a place to have business, there needs to be customers. So it's not like you set foot on Tortage and it's like, yuck, like you're dead. It's a bad place. It's a place you gotta be wary, but let's fucking face it. Who are you guys? Are you guys freaking Argosian Navy, or are you fucking pirates?
Yeah, I think, I think that we're gonna go, I think we go to the small island and then we head to Nunca. As much as I would like to go to Tortage, I don't know. I think we need to be up on Marines before we even land there.
Aaron's like, but come on, I want to go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We're pretty light-handed when it comes to crew numbers. I mean, aside from actually recruiting there, we could go to Nunca or take our chances somewhere else in hopes we find men looking for work.
I think it's Nunca and the town to the south of Nunca, although, technically speaking, if we went there, we would be like... We'd be closer to Tortage?
That was that fishing village.
It's a fishing village.
With a giant ballista?
That one was over here. That one was over here. You haven't gone to this one. That's where you guys got jumped by that other ship.
I think.
Where was the fishing village? Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think we go to. Yeah, I think that let's see what happens on that other island first. I think that the first thing we do is we make for the nearby island.
Okay. You can set sail.
And I would check on Gannis and Kalmyk to see if there's anything's up with them.
Is anything up with Gannis or Kalmyk?
Gannis is busy nailing any boards down.
Kalmyk doesn't seem to be at his post.
I'm gonna look at like anybody who's on deck and be like, "Where the fuck is Kalmyk?"
So most of the crew members are just every NPC crew member that you ask looks immediately up to the crow's nest like, isn't he up there?
And I mean, yeah, I call Kalmyk. Kalmyk, where are you? We're setting sail.
What? What do you want?
To your post. We're sailing. I don't want to hit a rock.
Okay.
I would sound the bells as well to bring men to their post.
So because this is so close, you make it there within the day. The waters are kind of choppy. There's a lot of white on the water, but you know, you catch the wind. It's not too terrible to get there. You get there within that day. So who's going to shore?
Michael.
Is he rowing the boat ashore?
He is. Hallelujah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we like kind of like let everybody off of like I think we like take it in like rows of like when people go off the boat, gather water, gather fruit, and then like cycle in, cycle out.
I was just going to suggest the same.
Yeah, so that everybody can like chill on the
so everybody has a little land legs and
little sea leg, land leg,
free activity to.
Yeah, but in terms of the first scouting party, I would assume it's like the player characters, and we leave the boys behind just in case we're about to get jumped by like mutant village monkeys, mutant jungle
village
monkeys.
Yeah, no, I completely understand mutant village monkeys. They're completely just terrible creatures out there. Yeah, so actually it's funny because there is a Conan story about that. And it's from your area where you were born.
Nice.
It might end up happening, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. Yeah, so basically what I need is somebody to lead the charge from each ship, and then any other crew member that's going with you can do an assist.
All right, and
you're going to be doing a
charge.
survival check.
All right, well, I would nominate Kelmec hands down on the survival check.
Kelmec would go.
All right, then, Kelmec. We're off for water and fruit.
So is Gannis going with it? Are you going as well, Gannis?
I think Gannis would stick with the ship to make sure that he's getting anything he can ship shape, and he can do Overwatch with the ballista.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of repair that stuff. It seems like as soon as you leave that island, that decay just kind of it's almost like where there's rust, like the rust just kind of falls away to it with a little bit of scrubbing, and it just seems like it was very surface. But if it would have been, wouldn't have been taken care of, it could have penetrated deeper on the ship. So that means Kelmec, do a survival check. Cord, do a survival check as an assist. So click that little assist, little check boxy.
All right.
And what about on Dick?
For me?
Oh yeah, sure thing, buddy.
Thank you.
You're most certainly welcome. Skills, survival. Would you like to blow on the dice before I roll it? Oh, Cord. Oh, Cord. So, on the Sea Reavers crew, Kelmec is just spot on with this stuff. He's a survivor. He gets out there in the woods and in the trees, and he finds fresh water almost immediately, and it's surrounded by a couple of fruit trees. Unfortunately, Cord just doesn't seem to be much of a help. Maybe it was the brush with the lich. Maybe it's the having to deal with Alatero, but his head just isn't there. And as you guys are carrying stuff back to the first launch, he just dumps it all over the place. An entire barrel of water just is eaten by the sand. Shit. And so you managed to get, during that time, you managed to get 3 days worth of water and another day's worth of food. So that puts you at 4 or 5. Dagon's Embrace, who's leading the charge for you guys on the survival check, and who's assisting?
So I would approach Milady.
I would do it.
I'm in need of more officers upon this ship. If you'd like to prove yourself worthy, I'd like you to lead this voyage, this jaunt on the land, and perhaps we can
This voyage on land?
Making you an officer.
I appreciate the offer. I was gonna go anyways, but it's good that you can tell a good asset when you see one. No, I plan on going. Bantis, I figure that you may want to be able to help me pick what you need. I'm pretty good at making sure items come back to the ship, let's just say.
Yes, Mom. Do you want this? You want the boy to go with us And you see Anthony, who's just covered in fish guts and just completely upset about it.
do you want adventure?
Yes, I want to go. Please, can I go? I gotta get out of here.
Anthony, yes, Anthony, you can lead the charge. How about that?
Hot damn.
By lead the charge, I mean he's going to be there, but if it gets him more excited about his job, then that's what needs to be done.
Who else is going to shore with you then on this roll?
I think that's all I would need is Banthus and Anthony. Does anyone else want to come?
I'm gonna stay on the ship this round.
All right,
I'm going to as well. I'm useless on offshore, or off boat.
It's nepotism. It's ranked nepotism. That's hilarious. Fausto, what's Fausto doing?
Fausto would probably be staying in his cabin for the most part, checking any of his sorcerer's texts to try and find an upper hand on Varro.
Okay. Go ahead and do a sorcery check while I have, or I'm sorry, not a sorcery check, a lore check, while I have Milady do a survival check, please. Difficulty 1, both. Ooh. So, Banthus gets lost out there. Him and Aaron kind of head out, and I'm sorry, not Aaron. You guys look so much alike. Anthony comes back by himself, Caitlin, and he's got these just arms full of like fruit and like like other like greens and stuff. And he's like, "Where do you want me to put this?"
Put it in the boat. Where is Banthus?
Who?
Oh my goodness. Put it in the boat.
He just kind of like, he seems really confused about what's happening. He just dumps it off into the boat and
Can I look around? Is that an observation check to try to find him?
Yes, it is an observation check to find him. So you kind of trek in the same way that Anthony and him went. And you see that he is about waist deep in something, right? And he is just scrambling.
I knew the 80s
around, right? The 80s taught us. Yes, he's scrambling around, and you can see the top of a barrel just zip dip right below that quicksand level. And he's just scrambling. He's not yelling. He's a big boy, right? And he's just like completely panicked, like trying to grab whatever he can.
Anthony, and I want to throw him like the nearest like sturdy stick or like log of some sorts to pull him out, you know what I mean?
Do a survival check.
And I when Anthony gets here, I immediately say, "Shut the fuck up! Don't say a damn thing."
What did I do?
Don't help me pull him out.
Okay. Oh, you're Banthus. Go ahead and do a survival check. Yeah, so you guys, together, you're able to reach down and pull him up, but unfortunately, one of those barrels that was used for water is given way to the muck. So through your efforts, you actually have to take up some of your. Oh no, you don't. You find 3 days worth of food and 2 days worth of water.
I kind of like brush Banthus off a little bit.
It's like, ugh, he wasn't even paying attention. I yelled out for him, but he was so excited to get back with the fruit mom.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Get on. Did you see anything else? Anything of worth here other
Not
than
much.
the water and the fruit?
We would need to go a little further inland if we wanted to find any more. If you want to spend time, we can, but it'd probably be a day's journey in furtherland if we wanted to.
No need. All right, let's pack up. I was hoping to get more than that. Hopefully this will be good enough. You can make this stretch if we need to, though. Correct, Mantis?
Oh, of course, Mom. And
Good.
Anthony kind of looks over and he's like, "Do you keep calling her Mom? Can I call you Mom?"
Oh, no.
And Banthus just kind of rolls his eyes and
Mama.
I just killed the boy.
So you end up getting back the ship. So what's the plan here?
So while they were gone, I kind of went around the ship, and the whole point was to kind of speak to all the other sailors, Tanit, Aram, Zaram, even grumbled Alatero, even though I don't know he's grumbled. Xanthus.
Doesn't look grumbled to you. Looks like he normally does, smoking his pipe.
And just talk with them, see if I can get a read on morale, basically just be more inspiring and uplifting, I guess you could say.
Yeah, everyone seems to be happy that they're going to get paid. They're very happy to get away from that island that was, coated in death. So they're ready to go.
Okay.
Fausto. Oh, hold on. I got to handle Fausto real quick. Fausto, so not a whole lot of lore out there on liches. Very uncommon thing. What you do read is that they usually have some type of a patron, and if they do have a very strong patron, it's basically the only way to sever them or to destroy them is to sever their connection with that patron.
Okay.
Sorry, Caitlin.
That's a yikes. So we brought back the max of the food, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What kind of fruit did we bring back?
Mostly citrusy stuff, some plantains as well, some greens as well, but
Perfect.
mostly it's very citrusy fruit.
Is there anyone else going out again?
That's up to your captains. But if you're spending time here,
we're also using stuff too. I assume.
You're also using stuff, and stuff can happen.
We've been in communication, Cord and I. How did your harvest go? Yeah.
Cord, if you're talking,
you're muted,
buddy.
baby.
The most common phrase for the past 2 years now, since the pandemic hit, is "you're muted."
Yeah, we have 4 days. We have 4 days water, 5 days food, but we would take a day's water getting more. It takes us 7 days to reach Nunca. Holy shit. I'm gonna suggest that we head for the tip of that island and then lease supply there. Or actually, no, this island and then lease supply there, because that's within 4 days. Because otherwise, I'd have to stretch my water.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Oh. Okay, so. Okay, so then, yeah, I'm in agreement with that. As long as the rest of the crew is good with it, we'd set sail. I would look to my Marines, and I would just say, while we sail, if you could train on your men, their reaction times, their targets, fire the bows, and Milady and Aaron, you as well. You take some sea bows. I'd like to see you train on them. We've got our asses handed to ourselves in that island, and you, like myself, we don't belong on the front line there. We shoot from afar. So I'd like you to train up on that.
Okay. I mean, I like shooting bows. I'll give it a whirl.
All right.
And so
I don't
Dahab
really
is
care for bows, but if that's what you wish.
So Dahab is like the only Marines on your boat, and he's just kind of like, whatever you say, Captain.
Damn training.
Wait, Dobbs on my boat.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alatero.
Talk about
my bad.
Alatero. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Does
so
he seem all sad?
he just seems out of. He is a fairly unreadable person. He smokes a lot from his pipe, and he just kind of like is a little, lazy-eyed. Not actually lazy-eyed, just kind of tired-eyed. Just like whatever. And so he takes you. He's willing to take you in to help you train and everything. We can include that into an XP spend on the next one. So, who's piloting the ship during the day then? If Aaron's out training,
Xanthes can do helms.
Yeah, Xanthes. He's night shift though.
I was saying switch.
Oh yeah. Aaron will take a hit then on rolls.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm.
Train during the night, train during the day, and pilot the ship at night, buddy. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah.
LHF.
Fall asleep at the wheel. I can do it. Just need your assistance on deck then.
Okay, so then let's see here. Who's piloting during the day? It's Nuru over there on the Sea Reaver during the day, right?
Yeah, Nuru is our day shifter.
And so this is where you're heading, right? Was it this island or this one?
The one that's 4 days from us, the southern one, as long as that's cool with Captain Lambro.
How about we do this? How about we do this? And I'm not saying this as a thing. And she looks around for a minute to see if Anthony's anywhere. Hopefully Anthony's working with Banthus.
Yep.
Banthus like cooking.
Yep.
Why don't we give Anthony a try? The on helms in daylight, because it will be easy to see things and see how well he does, and then we can let Aaron, who is more skilled at helmsing at night, that would give, or we give someone else replacement, but we could use Anthony to learn an opportunity, and the better off he is, the better I don't have to deal with him.
That is a fine suggestion. I can watch over him while we sail and perhaps bestow some knowledge upon the boy.
Don't dispo too much. Don't. Keep his reach there, but keep it very high so he doesn't try jumping.
All right, so let's as you guys begin to take off, you make it through the first night, and a fog begins to roll in, and it's a very thick fog, and you know that you're going to have to slow down. So, Lambro, are you doing the first check, or is Anthony?
I'll do the first check since I'm kind of learning him the ropes, so then he could follow suit. Especially since we're in fog, I would kind of be the one to want to have a little bit more control than he would.
Okay, so go ahead and roll sailing. Difficulty 1.
Sail away, sail away, sail away. Oh, shit.
Bro, you're pissing me off.
Oh, what a chump.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Oh.
Waka waka.
Waka this way.
So, yeah, that's that seagoing just is really rough on that first day. It's bad. So you only make it one square. Your food and your water go down for 1 day. So let me take care of that. Are you giving them grog?
Yeah.
Okay, oh no.
No. And then I would ask her why.
Because if we start to lessen on rations, it's better to have grog left over because it has water in it, and it also has the ability to make people happy. So you give grog at a less to make them feel happy and not fuck their hydration. It's a look at my hand type of trick. Oh, the morale is down. Let me give you something to make the morale go up, and it's still hydrate you just a little bit. It's a trick I learned from people.
Then I would deviate to your advice, milady. I still learning all of the ropes.
Especially because we fucked up and we only spent like 1 day out here and did not make. Let's use whatever we can to make sure that the We will feed them well so they are still happy, but we don't give them grog yet.
And so they don't feel too happy about that, to be honest, but they deal with it. And as the morning of the second day hits, you see dark clouds on the horizon.
Fuck.
Say. Okay. Yeah.
Red sky in the morning.
Sailors take warning.
Kelmick, what do you make of these storms?
Observation check, Kelmick. Oh, you want me to do it?
It'd probably be faster.
Okay. I got you, fam.
Thanks, boss.
It's so lit.
Wow. Hey, who is that? Diesel shot? Thank you for the sub. We love you so very much. You are amazing individuals. We love you. I'm happy to have you here.
That's a lot of months.
That is a lot of months. And so, Kelmick,
used to be more.
Your elf eyes can see all the way to Tortage. The storm is coming from the southwest, and it's basically going to hit you headlong unless you deviate your course.
Yeah, I would flag, and I would say storm southwest, shelter island northeast, because there's an island like we might be able to make it to, and if we stay on the, I don't know if it's leeward, but the non-stormward side of the fucking island. Yeah, so that's more or less
it's
what I would
a little less of a
flag.
strike. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say, man, there's a storm on the way.
I would acknowledge
side of that island.
And also, the day one was the only first really day that I wanted people to train, so they're kind of back to the normal posts and swing of things.
Okay.
And if the morale is still bad, we have more rum than the Sea Reaver, so we can actually substitute rum to boost their morale again just a little bit when we get to port to make them feel a little bit better. Got to play with those little. I have more fun playing with inventory than I have sometimes. I can't help it. But yeah, so we have more rum. So if we have more rum, we can play it to our advantage. If they're a little bit downhearted, give them 1 day's worth of rum. And if we're porting for a little bit for sale, they can fucking party and bring their spirits back up before we hit sea again.
Understood.
You know, just to make them feel better and appreciated. We want to make sure every pirate crew, if they feel appreciated, will work harder for you because they don't want the captain to die.
This is true. So that storm is coming up fast on you, Kelmick, from the southeast or southwest, and it's coming directly into your face in the direction that you want to travel. So what's happening here?
Cap, the winds from the southwest look like they're too strong to handle. What are we doing?
We're heading for that island to our southwest.
We'll one?
Brace ourselves. Nestled there. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I flagged that to Lambro. Lambro, you were chill with it, right? We're heading in?
Yep.
All right, island time.
Okay, so who's sailing on the Dagon's Embrace?
Aaron would be back into Aaron would be back onto his position since we've cycled the day and night.
Aaron, give me a sailing check, difficulty 2.
Okay. It wasn't me. Oh, okay. For sure it wasn't me.
Can Anthony help him? Because I would like Anthony to secretly be watching Aaron.
Yeah, I would have left him up there. Even if he's not doing anything, he's observing.
Exactly. I want him to.
That's not it.
I want him to learn.
Sorry, I'm spamming.
Yeah, you are. It's like, what is this, seafarer? You're not in a port. Call of the sea. What's happening here? Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Okay. go ahead and roll it. There, buddy.
Yes. There.
Friendo.
Roll. Okay, well, guess what? I'm rerolling one.
Okay,
that's
go
17.
Ahead.
Ooh. It's still a failure.
You rolled a 2.
Oh, I rolled a 2. Never mind.
So, Antony is standing up there on the helm with you, Aaron, and he kind of is watching you like a hawk, right? And he says, "Why are you steering into the wind? What are you doing?"
It's okay. Listen, it's an art, okay? You know, you have
Look,
to
I
feel
wanna know the art.
sails. You have to feel the way this the boat maneuvers in this. It's all one motion, and it's got to work all together in harmony. So just sit your ass down, get out of my way, and I'll explain it. I'll talk to you afterwards, okay?
Oh, jeez. So Dagon's embrace begins to pull away from the Sea Reaver, whose sails just completely lose the wind. So the sails just completely just...
Now who's getting pissed at who, Aaron?
It's not... It wasn't... That's Dagon's embrace is fine. It's the Sea Reaver.
Well, no, I'm just kind of...
All right, so are we close enough that... how long can I keep the rowers rowing reasonably?
These are men, hard-bitten men who have been rowing under the yoke of somebody who hates them. You could probably get them to row for several hours straight, but remember, rowing in this case is generally used for maneuvering. It's not used on the open sea. It's going to be a very difficult time if you start getting the rowing in.
All right, and who do I have on this shift for the sailing?
Nuru.
All right, I'm gonna go to Nuru and say, now's the time we need to cut this wind and make up for lost time. The oars might be able to bring us in, but if we don't get the wind, it won't be enough.
It's like this storm is just it's pushing everything so hard. The sails just keep spilling out I don't know, Captain. I don't know if I can do it. We might have to weather this storm this sea.
That's not an option. And at this point, I would tell the rowers that, all right, men, I'll tell you how I found this sailing life. I was chained to an oar and forced to be a pirate. But I have become a man hard-bitten of this salty sea. And I'm not going to kiss the bottom of this till I've drunk the last bottle of wine in this God's forsaken isle is now... Bring us to that shore before this fucking storm hits. And I'm gonna tell everybody it's basically time to go. Time to go real fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
So, Baraka Slim immediately starts pounding on the drums, and the oarsmen are kind of getting up, and they seem to be very, enthusiastic from your speech, and they're pounding at the water, but surf is just starting to kick up big time. And every time these oars are hitting the water, they're hitting it perfectly on time, but unfortunately some of them are hitting air because the waves are just starting to kick up more and more as the storm gets closer and closer, and the Dagon's embrace begins to pull away.
Fuck. Yep. I got that's I'm looking at Gannis and be like, all right, Gannis, you don't have a trick up your sleeve, do you?
Would I know of any way to help us?
I mean, they say that a dwarf strapped to the front of the ship, makes it go faster. So I don't know. Didn't Heimdall want to kill you in order to
He wanted to sacrifice me.
Yeah. I mean, so before we do that, is the Dagon's embrace pulling away?
No, we would stay close. I would do periodic flag checks with Cord to see their status, especially would I be noticing that they're struggling?
Well, you would see the sails not hitting the wind. You would see the oars being unshipped and put to sea. You would see them rowing and they're making forward movement, but they're not keeping pace. There's no You know, as it stands right now, that Dagon's Embrace can make it to the island. You know that the Sea Reaver cannot.
So I would look to Aaron, and I would say, Aaron, perhaps we can assist the Sea Reaver. Bring her in tow, and we can get her to shore.
That could be very dangerous with sassy seas like this. That could end up careening us.
Compromise our safety. Yeah.
Aaron's like, fuck you.
It was more of suggestions falling upon Aaron's expertise as a wheelman.
Oh God. No, I don't think that's going to be possible. We might as well get out and push.
All right, so at this point, so like Nuru has tried to sail, right?
Yes.
The sails aren't hitting correctly. You can use, so cutlasses assist you in sailing checks that revolve around rope, right? I want to. Why are you laughing? I come to.
Man,
I'm sailing and you're laughing?
Come on, straws, let me grasp at thee.
all right, I'm getting out here.
So
right.
their sails are the only thing that's not hitting. We can physically see that they're not catching the.
This is a flat bottom boat, right? Like a shallow draft boat on the open ocean.
Yeah, so it doesn't have advantage.
I am out. I want to adjust the sail because, like, so Nuru isn't controlling the fucking sails. She's on the keel. I'm gonna go up to the sails because, like, I got nothing else and
fill with wind sails.
Kelmick,
get out there!
And Gannis, I'm assuming that y'all ain't good at sailing. Maybe I'm wrong. If you are, you should definitely do this instead of me.
That's so specific.
Great.
I'm trying to hit an 8. If anybody got better, but.
I mean, my sailing's 11.
Oh fuck!
So from a scale from 0 to 20, what would you say your sailing's at there, Gannis?
Gannis, get up on those sails. We need better leverage. Catch the wind.
Tosh me.
Toss me on those sails.
Into the sails.
I'd like to roll an assist on the sailing. One difficulty cheaper at with the cutlass, I believe, if that's relevant, and try and get the wind in our sails, because that's the only thing we got left.
All right, Gannis, do a sailing check at difficulty 2. Do a assist check, and it'll be just difficulty 1.
Didn't Kelmec generate a bunch of momentum earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, but your momentum pool was already full. You can't use that.
But you can't use them?
Well, I want to use.
You can use momentum that's in the pool already, but the pool was already filled.
Oh, if we're at max, we should be spending. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck them up with some momentum.
You said 2 difficulty?
Yes, sir.
Put a little momentum in that pot. Put in momentum.
Mom?
Oh, wait!
This is a good investment.
Fausto, give me a sorcery check while they're doing this. So I just imagine Cord hanging off of this line with his spider talent, with the scimitar, the cutlass, just, like, come on, men! Like, it's just like he's just hanging there as this storm begins to, get closer and closer. And Gannis just scrambles up this thing like a crazed monkey and manages to, apparently one of the lines had just been stuck on the rigging, and it was why Nuru couldn't get a hold of the wind very well. And yeah, sure enough, you guys are able to pull that off, and you're able to begin to get closer to shore as the storm hits. So you're basically only make it to where you are right now because of the storm and because of all the rolls that I, allowed to go through. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do now? So you make it into where this island is. The island looks very barren, but there's a a natural harbor that you can kind of pull the ships into and wait.
The natural harbor, absolutely. They're beautiful.
Safety first.
All right.
How's the
Fausto.
crew doing on the Dagon? Are they looking pretty
Give me 1
happy?
second.
Happy, sad. Oh no.
Oh,
Fausto.
You're being contacted from the netherworld.
You feel eyes upon you.
I'm assuming they're not physical.
You can assume that.
My eyes are upon you.
Eyes are growing through your
Every
flesh.
time I see your fucking handsome ass face, my eyes are upon you, but this is Fausto.
So Fausto is being rocked back and forth in his cabin while he's trying to study his books, and he feels that, looks up and around his cabin. Who dares spy upon me?
You are taking too long, sorcerer. Why have you not gone to Tortage?
I am not the sailor of these vessels. There was no time limit on our pact. And I suppose you might wait for all of eternity with the magics upon your body.
I would watch your tone, sorcerer. Remember your captain wanted to strike a bargain with me as an ally. That time quickly goes away the longer I have to wait.
You will get your amulet. Now, unless you have further assistance to provide, leave my presence.
I will be watching, sorcerer. Do not test me. My power is mighty compared to your meager offerings picked.
Fausto be all like, get the fuck out of here.
So everyone that's on the ship just kind of seems like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? We're here on this island. Now, Kelmick, my friend. Kelmick, my dear, handsome friend. High or low?
Hi.
Kelmick, may I do a roll for you?
Why, of course.
Fantastic.
We got a bonus die in the chat.
Oh, bonus die in the chat. That was for Gannis, so we'll keep that in mind. Kelmick, you're having trouble pulling your eyes away from your shiny rock, but you're still able to perform your duties. Your discipline still holds on.
Okay.
But the night comes, rocking your ship gently back and forth due to the waves, the harbor protecting you. And yet when you wake up the next day, the rains still fall from the skies and the seas are angry.
Cord sort of looks out and he's like, alright. I knew it shouldn't have had anything to do with any fucking magic. And I like kick something in anger.
You break your foot like in Lord of the Rings and you... No, I'm just kidding.
That was IRL.
Yeah, that was IRL. He broke his foot whenever he kicked that orc helmet. So you got to break your foot IRL, Cord. Come on, get.
But not in the game.
Not in the game.
Yeah, you know, I can have my character suffer an injury, but you know.
All right, so the storm doesn't look like it's abating.
So, Cord, you're thinking it's has to do with our sorcerer. What if it's just a big storm cell?
I mean, big storms exist, but also, like, I'm now paranoid as fuck. I am gonna try and find Kelmick and be like, Kelmick, did you have to have that fucking magic rock?
Yeah?
Now, Kelmick, do you remember what happened to our last captain?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember why it happened to our last captain?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to Fausto, and he's gonna have a look at your magic rock to make sure neither of us are getting heimdalled. Savvy?
Okay.
Good. And so we're both in a natural harbor, right?
Yeah.
And I suspect we're not gonna like die on the launch over.
No, it's going to be a rough journey. It's going to be pretty hairy, but you could make it over.
All right. Well, you know, Cord is good at swimming, so fuck it.
Kelmick is pretty agile.
I'll fucking swim with Kelmick on my back if I have to. All right. We put down the launch, and I'm gonna say, Dobbs in charge. Off for a little officers meeting about our next course. And I'm gonna fucking try and get us over there. Do we have to row?
No.
Okay. It's choppy, but we come over, we rise up, and I'm gonna say, top of the morning, everyone. Not that you could tell with the overcast shadow. And then I would try and say, now where's our favorite shaman?
Can I ask 2 favors while we are being rained upon and such?
Are you gonna
wish...
bless the rains down in Africa?
Bless the rains down in Africa. No, I want the water buckets that we have down underneath in the Dagon's Embrace, the 4 empty ones. I want them brought on the top of the ship. I will tell the captain that. I will say that the captain told me to say that. And I want them up on the top of the ship so they can gather rainwater. Because if we're going to be in port, we might as well be capturing rainwater while we're doing it. On top of that, while making the crew work while we're ported, I would say we'll give them some rum so they have the ability to have a little bit of fun.
So the crew seems very happy about that, and your water goes up by 1, and the day's usage won't take it down by 1. And then Cord's like, hey.
Oh, I was trying to ask about that yesterday. Can I do that over on my ship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sits out the barrels.
There you go.
Could probably bathe in one of the barrels.
Gannis, it's your turn in the barrel, buddy.
Gannis flavored water, 25 cents.
Gannis bathwater could be the new
Gannis bathwater, wow. You heard it here,
25 cents per gallon. 25 cents per gallon?
It gives you a +1 to engineering rolls.
What, it's 25 cents for a ladle, are you kidding me? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna roll up and be like, Captain Lambro, I think that meeting with Fausto might be in order. I have a sailor's hunch.
By all means, let us go visit our shaman.
Yeah. Where's the shaman at?
Nah, I would look to since it seems like Milady is up on the deck snapping her fingers and making him do some work, I would let the deck to be in her lead.
It would be an honor. I'm sure that everyone is ready to relax and enjoy the rain.
Okay, carry on.
Fausto!
I would, after a few seconds, eventually come up out of the cabin and onto the deck with everyone.
Fausto,
yes. What is it?
Perhaps you should do this in your chambers, but there is something for you to examine. You might recall a barrier of force. I believe you were quite fascinated with an undead at the time, and we found a certain magic stone which permitted us to bypass it.
Magic stone?
Kelmick,
what of it?
The last time we had to do with strange waters and magic artifacts and seafaring, something bad happened. I just want to be sure this isn't responsible before we find ourselves in similarly extreme circumstances.
When I hear Cord say that, I would say, let us adjourn to your chambers, Fausto.
Yes, my tools and books are there anyway, and I would lead them there. And
yeah, my concern was more of the crew hearing things, but yeah. And when we get down there, as we start to discuss, I make an honest effort to watch out, because it's Not that I want to keep things from people. I'm not looking to become another Heimdall, or I don't want rumors to start on the ship either.
But let us go to your quarters.
Well, he's the man with the magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely distracted. I'm distracted enough that like I've got rum being served. If I have
what a
fish being
hostess
served,
you are!
and I've got fish. I got good food coming. And any of the fish bones. What I want Banthus to make like a hot soup, like a miso type soup out of it, so then the crew feels like they're getting a little bit of extra like warmth out of it, and while they're drinking, hell yeah, like I plan to. I definitely am trying to pull up the morale. They shouldn't be paying attention to nothing right now.
Oh no, they're not paying attention to shit.
It's high school host club right now, okay? For real.
They should be completely oblivious to everything and just loving fucking life, where I'm doing something fucking wrong while I'm collecting water.
Absolutely loving life. In fact, so much that your food's not going down one this round either. So, what's happening in Fausto's quarters? I think that's the question on everybody's mind, anyways.
Yeah. So I lead everyone down there, make sure to shut the door behind us, clear off a spot on the table that I have in there, and open up a book next to that spot. And the book's bound in leather, but it's a strange-looking leather that no one's probably seen before. And I say, "Go milk."
Many leather-bound books.
Yes, they're very leather-bound books and mahogany desk. Kelmec, lay the stone there, and there'd be probably some sort of sigils carved on the table to keep it bound.
Are you gonna touch it?
No. No one should touch this thing. Do as I say.
What?
Kelmec.
Kelmec, just leave it on this table, all right? There's more shinies in the world, Kelmec.
I put my hand on Kelmec and I say, Kelmec, this is still yours. We are doing this for your safety and the safety of your crew and my crew. No one is trying to swindle you.
So Kelmec looks Fausto in the eyes and he says, "Don't. Do you trust me?"
Kelmec, I am trying to help you.
Do you trust me? Do you trust me? I've been on this ship just as long as you have, sorcerer. Do you trust me?
Of course.
Turn around.
Bright eyes?
Very well.
Kelmec is going to wrap his hand around the back of Fausto's head, just kind of caressing his hair. And he's going to reach his other hand with the amulet in hand under his arm, and he's gonna force his eyes into the middle of the stone. He's gonna let him look at it.
I would go with it, but I've got my hand on a dagger in the front of me right now.
I'm so weirded out right now.
Well, this is quite the intimate moment.
So yeah, I'm just making sure there's no knife movement from either side.
Fausto, whenever you look into this gem, right? It's multifacets. It's almost like a piece of jade, right? And yet it's faceted, and it shows your reflection, but the reflection is almost mutated, just ever so slightly. And what's interesting though is you do not see Kelmec's hand that's holding your head.
So I'm going to slowly move the gem and have it touch Fausto's chest where his heart would be.
It immediately kills him. Just kidding. Fausto,
I would stop. I would grab his wrist and stop him. But Kelmec, no one else should touch this gem. We don't know what it's doing.
Now, if
Wouldn't
you trust
you be
me,
the perfect
please set this
person?
upon the table and let me
Wouldn't
examine
you be
it.
Wouldn't you be the perfect person to figure that out? This power
That is
can't go to
so.
anyone else. It almost took Cord.
Touch it. Touch it.
Kelmick, he is trying to assist you. Do as he says. His knowledge in this matter outweighs all of ours.
Have I ever been more serious about anything in my entire life, Fausto?
Be fair, he is taking this quite seriously.
Can I at this point, I'm wondering if Kelmick is sort of possessed by something here, or if he truly believes that, me holding this and taking it is advantageous. If there's another entity involved here, basically.
Gotcha. Let's do a sorcery check.
Okay. And I imagine I've got my lots of things set up in my cabin to try and combat
for sure.
sort of things like that. What difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
Ooh, okay. Can I spend some momentum on that? Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah. We're close to a full pool. Go for it.
Yeah, if it helps our crewmates here, use away.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Wow, look at you.
And I'll bank one and use one for more information.
Okay. I'm gonna actually need your help with this one, Fausto, because my mythos understanding isn't nearly as strong as, my other games. So, you know this to be almost the pearl of a creature that serves Cthulhu. Now, I believe that Shoggoths, while they were created by many of the old ones, they also are now servants of Cthulhu, correct?
Probably.
Yeah, I think to some extent, yeah, but mostly they run wild. They were created by the Elder Things.
Elder Things, not the old ones. Right, down in Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but given that Cthulhu is an old one of the sea, that some Shoggoths will serve him, right? In all of his power, although they will always do the same thing that they did to the Elder Things, which is usurp them and destroy them.
Yep.
This is a pearl of one of those creatures.
Okay, so does that mean, do I understand that one of the Shoggoths can be created from it, basically, or it's sealed within it?
You don't have any idea what that means. Yes, you got information. You know that this is a very powerful object, that there is power associated with it, and there might be something to do with these creatures of the deep, and possibly controlling them, possibly summoning them, possibly forcing them to come to you and obey you, maybe the creation of one, or possibly you may be drawing them towards you.
Okay. So then probably not any link with the weather, though.
You really don't have too much of an idea on that. You do know from your momentum spend, though, that there's probably not a creature hidden inside of this, right? It could be used. You have read things where, creatures could possibly be created from this with the proper rituals, but not that there's a malevolent God damn it, malevolent entity inside of it.
Okay.
But it is drawing energy from Kelmick.
Kelmick, I will take this if you offer it, but you must understand that it is draining you.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Why did you think I told you not to touch it? It's mine. As long as it's in my hands, it's only affecting me, not the rest of the ship. I kind of like it too. Fausto, can we sever this link so it does not kill Kelmick?
Kill Kelmec? I've never felt better.
We must first separate us from Kelmec. I may be able to bind it here somewhere. But I don't think Kelmec is willing to release it.
Just ask Cord like I said. He felt its power. He knows what I'm talking about.
When I laid hand upon it, I felt a strange vibration, a power, some, I don't know if it was a sickness, but just a wrongness. And it was vibrating greatly. I can't say I gleaned any knowledge from it, but it is a thing of power.
I'll let you study this as much as you wish, Shaman. I'll let you touch it if you want.
Ooh.
But it's in my hands.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the point where we're going to stop for today.
Damn it.
This is a good place to stop. I want to do our normal go around, and start with Aaron. Aaron, didn't get much action today. I'm sorry, buddy. I have things on the horizon for you, though, my friend. So, tell me, what's going through Aaron's mind now that you are in a natural harbor in the middle of a storm?
I'm a little, I can't say that I shit myself. You know, I did do very well about keeping my composure. I think he's making a little bit of character development into being a little more mature. I think he's starting to grow up a little bit. He's got somebody underneath of him now, so he's got a little bit of a floor, I guess you could say. His floor is increased. But yeah, I'm just chilling, having a good time.
Somebody who's looking to you now for guidance, because while you were at the helm, Antony would not be removed unless forcibly removed. While the rest of the crew were out having fun due to Lady Saito's antics and rum, he was there with you, trying to learn everything that he possibly could, even though the ship was stationary. You have an individual there that wants to learn from you and hopefully surpass you.
Looks up to me, right? That's funny.
And so Gannis, played by Hades, what's going through Gannis's mind now that the ship is in a harbor beneath the storm?
Gannis is discomforted by this deal with such an evil thing of magic. He doesn't like magic, and so he wants to get this business done with, and kind of suspects that this rain, he's starting to suspect this rain has something to do with magic as well.
And speaking of evil things that do magic, Fausto. What's going through Fausto's mind right now with all of this?
Fausto's very much in his element. He's found a powerful magic user, and it promises of more knowledge and magic for himself, and now this artifact that has a link to the gods. So a lot of excitement, but also approaching it all very cautiously because of, it's playing with fire here.
Very much so. And so we move to Captain Lambro. What's going through Lambro's mind right now? You're in the middle of a harbor, in the middle of a storm, with Kelmick about to lose his mind, a shiny thing that possibly could be sapping his soul.
Well, I was excited about the deal, especially with the riches and the things that we could do to it, and perhaps the future relationships that they could build upon that, even if it's an undead. And I realize that it makes some of the crew uneasy, but I've seen the sorcery both bad and good, especially due to Fausto's abilities. So it's kind of like seeing gold for the first time. Not so much like I'm engrossed by it, but I'm starting to trust it more and trust in Fausto's abilities, since it's been such a bane to like Heimdall. Obviously, it raised me up to the position where I'm at now. He's a little less stressed, I guess is the best word. Seeing Milady step up and assist with duties on the ship, so that helps him out a lot. And then, lastly, this special rock situation. He's nervous. He's nervous for its meaning, and he's nervous for Kelmick because he originally was part of his crew, with Heimdall. So there was that relationship. And he's thinking in his head, I don't want to have to strap him down to disconnect him from this, but if it's going to save his life, I'm going to do what I have to do in order to do that. Also, and lastly, reference that rock. I'm seeing that as, based on Fausto's knowledge, perhaps something that could assist us with our current deal that we've struck in multiple ways. So that is kind of also what I'm looking at. So I've got a couple avenues here, but here we are.
And I'd like to note that the magic in the world of Conan is not the I cast magic missile at the dark and there's never any downfall. Magic always comes with a price. Always, Fausto. And Lambro, the magic could turn on you just like it did Heimdall immediately. And so we look over to, speaking of turning on you and possibly sucking your soul out of your body, Kelmick, what's going through Kelmick's mind right now?
So, Kelmick's pretty manic right now. I mean, he's having probably the biggest internal struggle that he's ever had in his entire life. He is definitely aware that Fausto knows much more about the magic arts than he. And, knowing that the jig is up and the secret is out is making him all that much more nervous. However, the power and narcissism that is just emulating from this stone is pretty much keeping those thoughts at bay. So yeah, he's still very much enthralled with his stone, and it's gonna take some force to get him to let go.
Well, let us hope that somebody has the stones to be able to remove that stone from your possession. Or maybe not. Perhaps you will be a more powerful wizard than Fausto ever was. And so, we look over to Cord, played by Lee of Diesel Shot. Sir, if you would do me two favors. Number one, if you would tell me what's going through Cord's mind. And then if you would tell me what's going on at Diesel Shot this week.
Yeah, so, hello. Cord is thinking that, he was worried when Kelmick had the stone earlier, and now he's like, oh god, this is... fuck magic. Fuck this lich. Fuck everything involved in this situation. This is a really bad situation we've just gotten ourselves into by being involved with more magic bullshit. And also, last time I'm going to suggest we go treasure hunting. Definitely just stealing people's shit from boats in the future. Yeah, overall though, it's pretty. He thinks that there's a chance that he could make some money. But right now I'm mostly concerned, like, I'd be really fucked without Kelmick, so I need him to not be dead. But I think he might, go a little woo if we don't. Even if we take away the rock, he might still be woo. So he's thinking, I hope Fausto's fucking good at his job. I mean, he gives the bad say, he's like, well, Fausto couldn't uncurse us when we sank that ship, so I hope he's getting better at uncursing things. Or this is just a different scenario, right?
I don't know. Maybe it depends. It's going to depend on that monkey paw that Fausto's running around with. It's in your inventory, by the way. So nice. Continue, Cord. Sorry.
But yeah, that's more or less the situation. And yeah, hello. I'm Lee of Diesel Shot. We stream a few nights a week. Spider Queen Long in the chat here, also on Diesel Shot. We're a fun little group of people. Tomorrow we have a 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Wolves Outnumber game, Arcspire. They go to destroy or heal an alien biome. It is sponsored by Fool's Moon Entertainment. Cool indie company, so that's very nice. Our mainstays are Mondays, D&D. Thursdays are Fallout with my custom system. 8:30 to midnight 30 p.m. Eastern. We are approaching the finale of Uranium Fever. They are fighting full power armor teams. They're going up directly against the Enclave. They're going to the Hanford site to uncover the secrets of the green radiation there and maybe somewhere beyond. So please come check it out. That campaign's been going for 2 years. Wow. So it's going to be quite the pop when it goes off. Yeah, that's more or less the game. That's the situation. Saturday, sometimes we play some Changing Stars. We do a little sci-fi shenanigans, same times. So 7 to 9 Wednesdays, 7 to 9 here, and then 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Thursday, some Saturdays. And I do dev streams during some days. I will be happy to see you all in the future, wherever you should be.
We're always happy to have you, Lee. So thank you for playing with us.
Happy to leave here.
Last but not least, of course, the lovely lady, Milady Saito. If you could do me the same favor here, if you would tell me what's going through Caitlin's mind, and then let us know what's going on with your channel.
Right now, she's just thinking, like, what do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor? Please keep dancing. Don't get angry. Don't look over there. Pay attention right here, please. Pay attention right here, please. Pay attention right here, please. Nothing's going down. Like, just really big.
It's working. It's working very well. So.
That is her absolute hope right now, because she needs this crew to be on its peak of morale when we hit the seas again. Because if we're not, we could face, especially if we're going to she's biggest worry right now is we're going to an area that's easily people to turn. She wants to make sure that everyone aboard the Dagons, like, embraced, will be so loyal after she's done that if she says to sit, she won't even need to say it. She will just look over and they will sit automatically. Because they would much rather be there than on God knows whose ship else. And that is her first and foremost, knowing that we're gonna go there to a rebellious place. We sure the hell don't need people poaching off our crew either.
It's true.
Many reasons. But yeah, she's definitely working that what she can.
Doing very well.
Thank you. My name is Milady Saito, and we play tabletop games on my channel. October is coming, and we have more games coming. Actually, this Friday is the first episode of Curse of Strahd, which will be an absolute blast. I am super excited about that. Maharishi's going to be DMing it this year. Last year we had Zach Meow run it, and we had Logan the Shogun run it. We're only going to do one campaign this year because we are going to be doing another campaign, which is a high-level campaign, which I will be running for Halloween, which is a level 18 called The Four Omens. We will be ending at level 20, and all four will be representations of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Nice.
So my plan is, can't wait to see that drops. We'll have new faces, and we always enjoy new faces at the table. We also have a Halloween contest coming up. With Diesel Shot Spider Long is going to help me with celebrating at the end of the month of October. We're going to do a crafting Halloween contest, which there will be a prize, as well as a costume contest that you can enter, and everyone's welcome to enter. The winner for, I will not tell you the prize yet for the crafting contest, but the winner for the costume contest, whatever art or the costume that you send in and the pose you send in will be transferred into actual art for you.
That's nice.
So it is a super cool thing, and it's just to celebrate Halloween. There's a lot of stuff coming. I don't know what to say. Come check us out.
And both you and Diesel Shot's link are up in the chat. So make sure, if you haven't yet, you check them out. Very good friends of ours, and we are very happy to have both of you with us. So thank you for playing with us.
It's always a pleasure. I swear I don't always look like this, but I was really glad I didn't get a miss.
You look
like
fantastic.
Shit.
No,
I
you look
like
fantastic.
Shit.
Absolutely
Thank
not.
you.
No.
Thank you. But I was really happy that I got to rush in and play, because this definitely makes my Tuesdays.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you could make it. So for us at Tabletop Anthologies this week, we're a little slim because we have some people leaving Fausto. We're going away for the weekend. So only thing we got rolling this week is on Sunday, Alien RPG, Colonial Marines. Next week we should get back to our normal schedule. We are also doing Spooky Month. Very excited, got a lot going on. Morkborg, we're doing a game coming up where essentially it's like Cabin in the Woods, but the audience are the people trying to kill my players.
Yes, and before you move on, back to that Morkborg real quick. If anyone's interested, any of the players here, anyone in the chat actually, stop in our Discord, DM me, let me know if you want to play. I'm taking all players on that one, whoever wants to play.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, the 10th, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's a Sunday. I got my triathlon that day. Sorry, I can't be there for that one. But yeah, we got a lot going on. We got Judge Dredd is coming back for a weekend or two with a very special Judge Null episode. We got our special game that we're going to run with the audience involvement. Morkborg, we got Alien RPG, so we're very excited for Spooky Month as well. So, Lambro, I think we got one last thing to do, my friend. What are we doing?
You know what we're doing.
I know what we're doing, but I need you to tell me what we're doing. Because I think somebody has a question.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, we're just going to talk about what's best in life.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. Yeah, Gannis, what do you think? What's
Gannis,
best in life?
What's best in life, Gannis? I'm always happy to hear your responses.
What's best in life, Gannis? What's best in life is wind in your sail, calm seas, and no magic.
So basically everything that's not happening right now in game.
Yes.
Yes. This is what's best in life this week. And so until next time, my friends, we are going to do a raid right now. And until, like I say, until next time, may Crom watch after you. And if he doesn't,
not to hell
with him.
Ah.
Safe
Make him walk the
sails.
plank.